Hello and welcome. I am Pam Musser, and I am on a mission to read 1 Corinthians 13 every day for 40 days. Today is day 21. I had a topic all planned, and as I was getting ready this morning, I thought, wait a minute. We are in Oregon, and there is a pause going on. So how am I going to deal with that? I have to admit it causes a tiny bit of anxiety. My heart starts racing a little bit when I project and start thinking about, oh my goodness, I do not have a turkey. I do not have Thanksgiving anything prepared, anything purchased. And what am I going to do when I go to the store and there's that person grabbing the turkey that I have my eye on? Am I thinking, I'm going to walk over there and yank it right out of their hand? I might be thinking that, but what do? I back off and pause and think, it's going to work out. It's just going to work out. Hey, what about toilet paper? Do I yank a package of toilet paper out of somebody's hand? No. I go have a conversation with my husband and say, man, I wish we had gotten a bidet. And then I relax. I'm thinking also about the song, Let There Be Peace on Earth, and let it begin with me. You know, that's the only thing I can do is control myself. And in our world today, that's what it's all about. It's not about anybody else. It's how Pam Musser takes care of her thoughts and her actions. It's not easy, and I'm not saying it is easy. I have to think about other people. I have to think about their safety. So I'm going to do my very, very, very best to do what I'm supposed to do, which is not always an easy task. But I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 13 today out of the famous Message version. Everybody loves this version because it cuts to the chase. It's very contemporary, and I love it. So here we go. The way of love. If I speak with human eloquence and angelic ecstasy but don't love, I'm nothing but the creaking of a rusty gate. If I speak God's word with power, revealing all his mysteries and making everything plain as day, and if I have faith that says to a mountain, jump, and it jumps, but I don't love, I'm nothing. Do you know that in every version of 1 Corinthians 13 that I have read, in verse 2, it always says this, I'm nothing. If I give everything I own to the poor and even go to the stake to be burned as a martyr, but I don't love, I've gotten nowhere. So, no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I'm bankrupt without love. Love never gives up. And never, when we look it up in the dictionary or thesaurus, it says at no time in the past or future. On no occasion does love ever give up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut. And that word strut suggests aggressive self-importance. Doesn't have a swelled head. Doesn't force itself on others. Isn't always me first, doesn't fly off the handle, doesn't keep score of the sins of others, doesn't revel when others grovel, takes pleasure in the flowering of truth. You know, when we speak the truth, it clears the air. Have you ever noticed that? When you really get clear about what's right and wrong, it stops people in their tracks. I love that. Love doesn't revel when others grovel. puts up with everything, trusts God, always, always looks for the best, which means at all times, on all occasions, we look for the best. Never looks back, but keeps going to the end. Love never dies. Inspired speech will be over someday. Praying in tongues will end. Understanding will reach its limit. We know only a portion of the truth, and what we say about God is always incomplete. But when the complete arrives, our incompletes will be canceled. When I was an infant at my mother's breast, I gurgled and cooed like an infant. When I grew up, I left those infant ways for good. We don't yet see things clearly. We're squinting in a fog, peering through a mist, but it won't be long before the weather clears and the sun shines bright. We'll see it all then, see it all as clearly as God sees us, knowing him directly, just as he knows us. But for right now, until that completeness, we have 3 things to do to lead us toward that consummation. Trust steadily in God, hope unswervingly, love extravagantly. And extravagantly means with no lack of restraint. It means excessive, elaborate, and extreme feeling. So I pray that you can love extravagantly today. And of course, the best of the 3 is love. Hey, thanks for joining in. You know what? I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, to my YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube or on Facebook. The more subscribers I get, like I think it's 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to go live on my phone versus having to pre-record it. If you could help me out, I'd appreciate it. Peace.